Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Mama Fox Studios. This is Missy and we are continuing to build our tailor shop. So before we've done the basket and the rug, which I just noticed is a little, kind of getting a little tweaky, our books, our little hat, and then on our last one we completed our first little cabinet here, a little like sewing cabinet, ribbons and thread and stuff. I think this is absolutely adorable and I'm very pleased. So let's move right along because we have another little cabinet we're gonna build up here. Now I told you before that they want the paint that they gave us, the white, yellow, and turquoise, is to paint the edges of some of them, and I was not going to do that on camera for this video. Because even though we wait for glue to dry on this channel, we're not going to wait for paint to dry. And I gotta tell you, this took me like 3 coats. And I shook this paint up really good. I'm used to acrylic paint, which is very, very flowy. You know, you tip the bottle and it pours right out. This is thick, 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 thick paint. Like, super thick. You see that it's kind of like congealed. I'm not sure what kind of paint it is. It just says pigment, so I don't know. I don't think it's acrylic paint, honestly. This one does have, oh, just a warning. Water, propylene glycol, acrylic lotion, titanium dioxide, calcium carbonate, welting agent, thickener, and pigment. So maybe the thickener, I'm not sure. Anyways, with it being so thick, I wasn't sure if the brush they gave us was going to work. It worked fine for me. The only part I had a little trouble was getting, you know, because I went on the inside. But when it was wet, I just kind of flattened it, and it kind of stayed a little flat, so I was able to like scoot it in there. So anyways, I went ahead and painted the edges of our cabinet. And I'll tell you, we're not going to get to it probably for at least a video or two, but I pulled the next cabinet out and painted its edges since I was already making a mess. Because I'll tell you, like, as careful as I was trying to get it on here, because it's so thick, it did go over the edges, so I was like wiping. Yeah, I had paint everywhere. It was, so we're going to jump in. We're going to actually build our cabinet first. So we want to take J1, are our sides here, and then J4 is our square. It's not quite a square. It's a bit of a rectangle, so we want it to go long ways, I believe. And then these are on the outside, right? Well, let's double check. Yes, that is the same size as the length there. So we're going to put these there. I'm going to at least start off again with my little square thing. I like this thing, so I'm going to try to use it. So here I need to flip these. Nope, I gotta go on the bigger one. And I want this on the inside, right? Yep, like that. Okay, so I'm using my Aleene's Original Tacky Glue that is slightly watered down. Slightly, I mean a few drops for this little bottle. Otherwise it will crack the bottle. You do gotta kind of hold it a bit because these pieces of wood are slightly bigger than this opening, but they're too big for the next one. So, but that's okay. Just kind of hold that top there. This just helps me get a better 90-degree angle because I'm not always great at those initial 90-degree angles. So let that Aleene's get tacky for a second. All right. I don't think we'll be able to use it for the rest of them. But so with it like this now, we're going to put the back on. And does the, I'm trying to see, well, yeah, it's got to set up on there, right? It is such a hard, oh. I like the one that gives us little bubbles with our corners, but I don't have that here, so let me get my little magnifier and see if I can see. Okay, I think it is setting on top of it. I think so. Oh, 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 I bumped it, huh? Okay, so this is going to go, so I'm going to put it on the side. And we want that little line, that line that's grooved in there in the front. That's what I thought, you weren't all the way back. What are you doing? I don't. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I consider just painting like the whole pieces, because I think there's probably enough paint. But then if you have lines like this, they would like get in there and cover them. So yeah, I didn't. I was good. I just colored the edges. All right, and then, sorry, that was J2. J3 is this little one, and it's going up front. Make sure it's flush on the front, keeping our back flush. Nope, you moved. All right, and then we want to put on our other side, make sure it's facing the same way as the one we previously put on. I know that seems like the most common sense, but I cannot tell you how many times I've put a siding on wrong just because I simply obviously wasn't paying enough attention. And then I'm like, wait, why doesn't it fit? Why does it look weird? Oh, that one's backwards. Let's just say multiple times. Okay, and then, oh, I didn't pull I-17, so I didn't have to paint it, right? H, where's I? Did I put it in? Yep, sure enough, I did not have them in correct order. So I-17 16 is this one right here on the right hand side. I'll be honest, I should probably be cutting these out. See, they're leaving, they're splintering. I should be cutting them out, but you know. So you want to at least somehow take off those extra bits, whether you sand it, cut it, use your nails. Like I've done all of the above. So see, I don't have to color the edges on all the pieces because they're having us paint them on, I think most, or if not all of the white, and then the turquoise and the yellow. I think we're going to, I didn't go through and look at every single piece, but I think we're going to be coloring most of them. But I will, however, color my edges and any little splinters I get on the browns. We'll just make sure we have that flipped over. All right, so this is going to go on the top of these two. And okay, it's not a perfect fit, so we want to line it up with the back and then just kind of center it over the middle. Whoop, I'm not very centered, am I? Okay, it kind of looks like a little porch swing, huh? I know it's not, but. So, next we're going to take, okay, 030, I think is our little skewer thing. We gotta cut, let's make sure. 030 times 2. Yes, we have these two like dowels here. I'm gonna put those back in there. So we have to cut these at 3.2 centimeters, and we need 5 of them. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and mark them first. Well, honestly, I'm gonna mark the first one because then I don't want to try to cut my fingers, because I am a klutz. And and then I will honestly just use this to measure out the rest of them. Where is... I know I have a box here that says tools somewhere. Yep, right there. I'm going to try these. Now, you could probably use scissors, your blade, like whatever it is that you want to cut. But I don't have a whole lot of hand strength today to use my blade, which is what I would normally use. So I'm going to hope this doesn't crack. Nope, okay, we're good. I was just going to try to hold this together, but I don't think I'm that brave. Like to hold them both up here. No, no, probably not a good idea, Missy. So you can get 3 out of 1 stick. Yeah. I have a shadow, so I have to turn it so I can see the line, but then it wants to slide, so. Okay. So there's 3. We need 2 more. Boop. Don't slam the tools down, Missy. I couldn't even find my line once I moved it. Please don't break my shelf. Probably should have used like a pencil or a Sharpie. It probably would have been easier. Where did you go? Okay, back here. I just want to make sure that they're all mostly even. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Well, it was an idea. You know what? Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna. I'll just sand down the sides, but I'm not gonna sand them till they are all perfectly even. I'm just doing this so that they don't split later. Like I've had, you know, wood that I've cut like split on me. I don't think these would, but plus not all of them are perfectly straight, so. God, I hate that noise. That one must be the first one I cut because it was all sorts of crooked. Well, they look better. See? Okay. So we want, okay, I think we're going to get our material 02, 03, 01, 02, 03, 04. Let me just double check. One, two, three, four. Yep. Okay, so 01 is our flowery material here on top. 02 is the turquoise. 03 is the pink. And 04 is the pink with red and green spots. so we're not using the red polka dotted one yet. But we are going to cut different lengths of these. So let me get them in their order. So they go number 2 is 7 centimeters by 2.3 centimeters. Okay. I do have a chalk pen, and it's a chalk marker. Does it work the same as a chalk pencil on fabric? I honestly don't know. Let me see. No, it does not. Okay, well, so much for that one. So let's see. 7 centimeters. I really don't want to use a Sharpie. Okay, pencil works better. By 2.3. And we're gonna roll these up, so like, if they're not exactly perfect, okay. Find my scissors. I wonder if I got this little roller at Dollar Tree. I have a more expensive one that I don't like. It's too big, and I don't feel comfortable using it. But I always forget about this little one. I like this little one, and it was $1.25 at Dollar Tree, so works for me. My mom was like, well, does it come with blades so you can replace them? I'm like, no, you just go get a new cutter for $1.25. All right, and then 03, which is the pink one, same width, or same dimensions, 2.3 centimeters. By 7. That doesn't look straight. This material kind of wants to move. So I would suggest, if you're gonna write on it, just like hold it down. Yeah, it probably was there. I probably overshot that. I'll adjust. So one thing about the cutters is I'm not good with the corners, but you know what? I'm not good with corners on paper either with scissors, so. That's a bit better. Okay, and then our flower one, so I'm going to mark on the back, is 2.3. So obviously the same width because they're all going on the same pieces. But it's by 10 centimeters long. Oh, I cut way off there. So it was cutting away from me. I couldn't see where my blade was. Okay, and then the polka dotted one is 2.3 by 10. Okay. I thought I lost my edge there. Much better that time. Okay, so now we're going to take these and we're going to roll them onto here, and we're going to leave 1 centimeter hanging. So, okay. I'm just trying to decide which way would be easiest. I think glue on the edge here. And I think I'm going to do them like I did oh, I want to center it. Like I did with the ribbons, I'm going to go ahead and glue them all up so this glue has a second to get tacky. Yeah, make sure you center your little rod on there. I think I moved my camera back a little bit. I always centered it around the squares, and I was like, why? I don't work up here. And half the time I'm out of frame because I'm working down here. So I hope I'm doing better today. Okay. That's only 4. Why did it show 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. It shows 5. It does it, and it says times 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because they're going to go in these little grooves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Well, we're going to hold on to this because we may be using it later. I'm not sure. All right, and I think what I'm going to do is measure up the centimeter. I'm just going to put myself a little mark. So that way I don't have to keep stopping and measuring and am I close? Am I over? Oh, that material wants to just fray, like my pencil almost frayed about 3 strands off. Wonder if this, not as bad, or I didn't push as hard, I don't know. Okay. I'm hoping I don't have to like glue it all. I don't see why I would, just at the end. I'm just trying to make sure I stay like lined up. And then we'll put our glue line. But why are we leaving a centimeter? Because you don't see them. Okay, whatever. Whatever, we'll do it like they say. These are really, really cute bolts of fabric, you guys. I like this. I know I tease, like, I'm not an electrician, but I play one occasionally on YouTube, or I'm not a seamstress, and I'm not a seamstress, but this is, like, so far, I'm going to say fairly easy. I know we had a little issue with our ribbons, but once I got it figured out, then it was pretty easy. So for this build, I'm playing a seamstress, or a tailor, I guess. I'm obviously, wow, I'm obviously way off on that one. Okay, it let me scoot it. Good thing. So yeah, I'll be playing the role of the tailor. Oh, those ones like stuck right away. This one like doesn't want to stick. And it's fraying at the edges. Oh, did you all see that? Wow. Okay. Okay, I got your number now. You ain't gonna get me again. So this material is like kind of shiny, and I think I've had material like this in the past, and it doesn't really like the Aleene's glue. So I will try a little bit of super glue. Sometimes it kind of just goes right through the material. Yeah, it got my finger. But hopefully that means it got the material too. Yep, that works. Okay. So I'm gonna assume this one's gonna be the same because it's fraying also. And we are not centered here. So scooch a little bit. I didn't say come unglued. Come on. Nope. That's okay, because I don't like the way it's on here anyways. It's crooked. Okay, I think that's better. Now we just have to roll it straight. Don't go crooked. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the aliens this time. The super glue did not like to work, or I didn't get enough. I don't know which. Could be either. Because it didn't stick to my fingers either. Okay, the aliens works on this one. I should have tried it first. Okay, so we have our 4 bits there. You can put them in any order you want. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the order they have them. So first they have 01, the flowery. So it's just going to sit there. Okay. I am going to glue these, but I'm not going to stick it in there because I don't know if this is going all the way down. Well, let me check. Dummy, look at it. See if it goes all the way down. No, not really. They don't go all the way into that pocket. I mean, you could probably jam them in there good enough, but I'm going to go ahead and just put a touch of glue on each of these. Okay, so 01, which is the flower. I really wish we would get to see the hanging down parts, but we don't. Because then 04, the polka dot one, and then 02, the turquoise, and then 03, the pink. So I guess between like 1 and 2 you could see a tiny bit, but these are much fluffier, so even though they're shorter, they're fluffier, so yeah, you can't honestly really see any of that that hangs down. So that's okay. That is really cute. I like that concept of those little bolts. That is really cute. Okay, and then we're going to make a little baggie. Where are we at time-wise? Oh, we're at 40 minutes. Okay, so we need 2 F4s. F4s. There's one here in the middle. These are really thick. And these are going to be completely covered, so I'm not going to worry about coloring anything. I'm just going to make sure I don't have any lip on them. It's about time for a new sanding stick. I mean, probably not. I just... Except where did I put them? I rearranged. I think I said this in another video. I recently reorganized my stacking drawer, and I can't find anything. Even though I wrote on the outside of the drawer what they are, I still can't find anything. All right, and then we need 1-3. Okay, so 1-3 is like this whole little square here. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut everything out. So y'all, I went down the rabbit hole on Temu. They have this, that was not a very good cut. They have this shirt that says Little Miss and then some sort of saying. Now, obviously, my nickname is, Missy, which I go by. So I've been called Little Miss a good portion of my life, little and big, by numerous people. So it's kind of an inside joke, like people that know me, hey, Little Miss. And they say all kind of things. So I have the one that Little Miss cusses a lot. I should have been wearing it at the end of my Library of God's build. And they also have this like little cartoon girl on them that's so cute. I have, I'm not doing a very good job on these. I'll clean them up. I have Little Miss Overthinker. Little Miss forgets what she's saying in the middle of a sentence. And I just got Little Miss Can't Sleep at Night and Little Miss Always in Her Own Head. And then I got a really cute craft shirt. It has like a whole bunch of different like craft tools and stuff, scissors and all kinds of stuff. And it says, I'm headed to my craft room. If I'm not out in 48 hours, don't call the police. Just send food and water. And there are 2 more crafting ones I want. I can't remember what one of them says, but one of them says, I tried to clean my craft room, but look at all this cool stuff I found. Which, yeah, that's definitely how it happens for me. Because I have like baskets with that, other craft thing, because stuff doesn't quite fit in any category, like my wood blocks, my resin, my diamond art painting, my miniatures, and then there's just that like other basket. Do y'all have one of those? Kind of like the junk drawer in your kitchen, you know? I have a couple of other baskets in my craft room. And anytime I try to, like, what's even in here? Why do I have these? Oh my gosh. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot I had this. I get so excited. It's like going shopping without spending money because I already spent it. So yeah, I love reorganizing. I'm like, sure, I'll reorganize again. My mom would be like, didn't you just do that last week? I'm like, yeah, but you know, I only got so far because I got sidetracked by all the cool stuff I forgot I had that I had to like use right then and there. Okay, it's these little ones. I'm worried. Yeah, I did not do a good job on these. Okay, that's better. It's just so hard because they're so little. But I'm afraid if I try to line them up on the scissors, I would like cut them in half. And how are you? Honestly, they probably won't be perfect, but I'm just gonna get the majority of that white off. Okay, I'm good with that. All right, so we want to take our big piece here, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a scrape, so it kind of, we want them to arch over those wooden pieces. I'm just gonna kind of scrape the middle, but not the ends because I don't want the ends to curl. Oh, that worked good. Okay. Oh, is there a... Okay, there's not a line. So it's going to go over and then across the bottom. And sometimes they'll give us a line where that bottom is going to be, but there's not here. So we're just going to put our glue on the round part of this to start with. And then we're going to line it up on the bottom and on the edge. Oh, no, 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 don't come off. And we want these lined up and flush because we're going to put another piece there. And if you have this sticking out, this little other piece of paper is not going to go on flat. But also if you have it too far back, you're going to see the edge. So we want it right up flush. I think that's pretty good. Okay, let's put in our other side. On. Oh, quit wiggling, would ya? Oh, right. I said wiggle, now that song's in my head. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. I don't know what song it is. It's the only like line I know is the word wiggle. Why are you not lining up? What are you? I think that's good. Okay, and now we're going to bend it over. Why is it a little bit crooked? Waiting for glue to dry. I know. Just get tacky enough to hold. You can dry later. But while we're holding this, because this side's good, but this side doesn't want to hold, we're going to put one of these edges on here. Just don't push in too hard, because remember, it's just paper holding these two pieces of wood apart. I've made similar things, like mailboxes. This is a little bag, but I've made mailboxes in this shape before, and then for whatever reason, forgot it was just paper and crunched them together. Yeah, doesn't work very good. That side just does not want to stay put. I've got a tiny bit of overhang on this bottom. Just, it's like crooked. There we go. So I make sure all my seams are down tight. The flaky extra glue off my fingers. Keep catching my attention going, what is that? Okay, I think we're, nope, I spoke too soon. There we go. Okay, I think we're good. So we have this, and now we're going to take the two long black straps here, and let's see, do they go? Yeah, just front to back on each side. So, oh, that curled really nice. Okay, and oh, don't. Actually, with the tweezers there, I missed that whole bottom. Duh. Okay. Now they're not right on the edge. They're in just a little bit. I mean, you can honestly put them in as wherever you want, but I'm gonna put them in about one polka dot. So there's like one row of polka dots. And that way I can get them lined up and even. There we go. Okay, same thing on the other one here. Sorry, Raiders are playing tonight, and yeah, me and Mom are fans, but she doesn't like the quarterback, so I couldn't watch. I had to walk away. And so I was like, I'm gonna go record. Okay, we got those on, and now on this one, okay, some of them, so we want the design to go straight, curved, straight, right? It's the handle, and some of them have us use like a little, I'm going to use a toothpick because I think the little skewer thing we have is a bit too big. No, actually, it might be the right size. That bit that, oh yeah, that bit that we had left over. I'm just going to bend it in the middle. And then kind of like the amount of my tweezers. Kind of flatten out. Okay, and then I will put the glue on here because I know where I want the edges to go. No, I won't. I'll put them on the paper. So we're just going to glue those little ends that we tipped up. And then when we go put them on here, I'm just going to put them just past the pieces that we just put on. So So like they're just over the top of, not on that, but just over the edge. And then you can see that little hook, that little bit we put the skewer over, gives us the nice handle on there. That's going to be my front because that one that side looks better. So all right, there we have our little, I don't know what, some kind of a carrier. This is going to sit right up on top here. So we'll go ahead and glue this down. And there is a flower that's going on the other side. And as you know, we have skipped the flower portion of this build so far because I didn't want to do flowers yet. I'll do them at the end. So we'll come back and put the flower vase on here at the end of building all our bits and bubbles. We're just barely over an hour. Okay, guys, that is adorable. And there will be a like very tall flower here. So I think that is adorable. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go settle her down. She broke a coffee table one time, my mom did, by jumping on it. I'm gonna have to go make sure she didn't do that again. All right, on that note, if you guys are still here, you are the true rock stars. Thank you so very much. I am loving this, and I hope to see you on the next build. Bye.